and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Alex and I post creative videos every Wednesday and Sunday, so make sure you're subscribed and you put that notification bell on so you are notified every time that I post. For today's video I've got an eyeshadow palette decluttering because I have way too many eyeshadow palettes again. I know I did a declutter not too long ago, but my eyeshadow palette collection is ridiculous and I want more eyeshadow palettes, so I need to get rid of the ones that I just don't use. It's just a waste of space in my collection, and if someone else would be better off using it, then I'd rather just get rid of it. So these palettes will be either going to family and friends. I'll either put it on my Depop, which I'll leave linked in the description, or I'll see if I can send it off to a women's shelter or something. I need to do my research into that. So let's just get into the decluttering. I am currently sitting on my floor because this was the most decent background on the floor, and my Alex drawers, by the way guys, are completely wrecked. So there's a little gap in the side there oh, I should probably hold the camera like that. So there's a little gap in the drawers there and it needs to be knocked back in place, or I need to get new ones, I don't know. But so two of the drawers are currently over there, and this is my like getting rid of makeup drawer box. I've got so much in here guys, I just need to get rid of it, but I don't know what the best way is. And now I'm going to add to it today. Ignore whatever's going on in there. So I can't pull this drawer out too much, because if I pull this out, this drawer falls down. So I'm probably just going to take it all out and then just filter through if it makes my life a bit easier, which to be honest, I think it is going to make my life easier. So without further ado, let's get on to the decluttering. So I'm going to put a pile here. What is going on my floor? It's so disgusting, just ignore it. So I'm just going to put palettes here that I know I'm definitely keeping, and anything I'm not sure about or want to get rid of, I'll put in this box. So I guess we should just start filtering through, I guess. So these are my Revolution Pro, if I can bloody get it open, probably bloody not. These are my I can't even speak. These are my Revolution Pro glitters. As you can see, I've not touched these, so I need to get use out of them. I am keeping them just because I don't have any glitter, like pressed glitter, so I'm just going to keep them for a video. And by the way, in this drawer I do have, honestly, my Alex drawers are an absolute state. I have my big Beauty Bay palette in here, which I'm obviously keeping. My Game of Thrones palette is there at the back, which I'm also keeping. And I have all of my I Heart Revolution chocolate palettes, which obviously I'm keeping as well. So that's all staying in that drawer. And then I also have my Blue Bud palette in this drawer, which is obviously staying. This is just where the majority of my palettes live. Those are just in those drawers because it's overflow and nothing else can fit in here. So Modern Renaissance palette, obviously keeping this. It's a stunning Everyday Neutrals palette, so love that. That is not meant to be there. So I am going to keep all of the collab palettes. So I'm going to see if I can show these to you without bloody wrecking them all. So this is the Kami palette. I'm keeping this. I have done a video on it, so look back on my channel if you want to see that review. The Tammy palette, these palettes are so hard to open, oh my god. This is the Tammy palette. I have done a video on this also. I'm also keeping that. This is the Imagination palette, and obviously I'm keeping that as well. I'm keeping all my club palettes, but I just thought I'd show you what they look like. This is the original Soph palette. I have broke the palette, the little clip things that don't shut properly. And this is the Extra Spice, which is my favourite drugstore palette. So that is obviously staying. Right. So this Style London palette, I believe I got this in a glossy box, and I'm going to get rid of it because I do not use it. I have the Naked Heat palette, which is the only really naked palette that I like. I do like the cherry one, but I know I'd reach this one more. It's a beautiful warm toned palette. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Super stunning. Obviously keeping that because that was a gift. This is a sleek palette. It's the Diamond in the Rough palette. I can't open it, but basically my boyfriend got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I just keep it for sentimental reasons. And this is the Revolution 1 million palette when they hit 1 million followers on Instagram. I've never used this, haha, but I'm keeping it anyway. Another one I'm keeping is obviously the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, because it is stunning, and also my boyfriend got me that, so I'm obviously keeping. This Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette, I'm going to get rid of this. On Beauty Bay they're like £6, which I don't know why, because in America I'm sure they're like $3. But my cheapest palette is actually £4, which is a Revolution one, so I'm going to get rid of this one. I really don't reach for this anyway. Shannon the Remix, I'm going to keep this because I love it. I think this has been discontinued as well, which is really sad. So I'm keeping that just to use in like my personal life and stuff. This Obsession Be In Love With palette, I do really like this. I don't really reach for it, but it's my only Obsession palette, so I might just keep it for that reason. And plus, if I get a big Z palette, these pans are magnetic, so I can take them out of the packaging, because the packaging's quite bulky. So I think I might wait until I get a Z palette to get rid of the actual packaging and keep the pans inside, because they're actually really nice. So I've got a mini Zoeva Caramel Melange palette. I'm going to get rid of this because I never use it, and it's so tiny, and there's not any shimmer in there, so I'm going to get rid of that because unfortunately I just don't use it. This is a Primark Rose Quartz palette. I haven't actually used this myself. My boyfriend's sister kindly gave this to me because she didn't use it, so I might do a video on this. Let me know if you want to, because I'm not actually sure if it's still in Primark. I'll have to have a look in there. So yeah, let me know, because I think this is only like £8 and it's a big palette. So I'm going to keep this for the time being until I use it. If I like it, I'll keep it. If I don't, I'll get rid of it. The Huda Gemstones Obsessions, obviously not getting rid of this. My best friend's got me this for Christmas. It's beautiful. I absolutely love this, and I think that's my only Huda palette, so I'm gonna keep that obviously. This is an I Heart Revolution mini eyeshadow palette. This is the mint one. I might get rid of this, guys. I just don't reach for it. It's so perfect for traveling, but I'd rather just take one of my Revolution ones, so I'm probably going to get rid of this. I just don't use it enough to keep it. And excuse the dog hair. When you have 2 Labradors, it's very hard to keep dog hair away from everywhere, and especially when you've got something white, it's just going to be everywhere, so please don't be offended. It's just my dog hair. Okay, Primark Berry Velvets. I don't reach for this, but because it's so blimmin' cheap and it's only £3, if I was to film a like cheapest makeup that I have, I would include this. So I'm going to keep it just for that purpose, and it's so blimmin' cheap as well. It's just not worth me getting rid of anyway. So I am going to keep this one, and I do really like Primark makeup. Right, EYN Berry palette. I have not used this since I did a video on it, and if I'm being totally honest, I don't know why I got this one, because I'm just not going to reach for these shades. So I'm going to get rid of this because I do have my big mattes one, which I love, so I am going to get rid of this. Right, guys, I have these 3 palettes from Revolution that are from the Christmas gift set. I'm going to get rid of I'm going to keep at least one of these, because I've never used these palettes, right? Never. So I think I'm going to keep this one maybe, because it's quite a neutrals palette. Well, I mean, it's literally called a neutrals palette, so well done, Alex. But I think I'm going to keep this because it's matte and I can always go in with a shimmer. And then this one I'm 100% going to get rid of because it's just full of like metallic pigments, and I'm not going to reach for this, so I'm going to get rid of that. And if I want a metallic, I'll just go into a different palette. And oh my god, Alex, this is just such a noisy process. And this is the other one. I might keep this because it's got cool tones in it. So I'll get rid of one and keep the other two. And guys, if I seriously don't use these, I'm going to get rid of them because it's just a really waste of room in my storage. The Soph palette coming in Christmas collection. I'm going to keep this because it's got Soph's name on it. And Soph's like my favourite YouTuber. The MUA palette, I'm not like amazed by this. I got this when I did my like sister choose my makeup, which is my boyfriend's sister. I'm going to keep this because I'm planning on doing a full face of MUA at some point, so I'm going to need this palette, and then after that video I'm probably going to get rid of it. This Revolution Redemption palette I'm going to keep because this is my first ever eyeshadow palette I bought. Do you guys remember these? This was, I think I bought this when I was about 14, and I'm 21 now, so it's been in my collection a very long time, so I'm just keeping this for like, I don't know, sentimental reasons I guess. Okay, the Revolution Pro, if I'm being honest, I really don't need this, like really don't need this. I have the Beauty Bay palette, so I think I'm just going to get rid of this. I know it's a good drugstore colourful palette, but I don't know guys, do I get rid of it? But the Beauty Bay palette is not that expensive. It's like £23, like that's not expensive at all. So I just don't know if it's just worth getting rid of this because I just don't reach for it anymore. Because yeah, I'm getting rid of it. Just stop justifying it, Alex, and get rid of it. I've got my Beauty Bay palette, which is £23. I've got other palettes that are colourful, so yeah, let's just move on. Okay, the Revolution Beyond Flawless palette is a massive neutrals palette. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't use it. I got it free in an order, but I don't use it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Revolution Foil Frenzy. This is beautiful. The formula is stunning, so I'm keeping the Zoeva mattes. I obviously got rid of that little Zoeva palette, so I'm keeping this one, but I really like this actually. It's got warm tones in it and love that. This BH Cosmetics Novu palette, I'm going to get rid of this. I do not use it. It's got shadows and blushes in it. It's just a waste of space in my collection because I don't use it. The Jaclyn Hill palette, I haven't been using this a lot recently, but I paid a lot of money for this, so I'm keeping it. And then the only ones that are left are my free, can you count? There's 4 of the Revolution Forever Flawless palettes. I'll just quickly show you the inside. So this is the Optimum palette. This is my least favourite, but it's still stunning and unique, so I'm obviously keeping it. This is the Constellation palette, which has beautiful bright colours in it. This is the Decadent palette, which is definitely a really nice everyday neutral palette. And this is the Unconditional Love palette, which is stunning. So let me just quickly put all this back, and then I'll be right back. So guys, this is what the drawer now looks like. It looks much better, much less full to the brim. So I have palettes there at the back that I don't really use. These palettes at the back are ones that I don't really use that much either, but I do use a little bit more than these. I have the Foil Frenzy just sat there. The Forever Flawless palettes are here. I have my most used high-end ones here, and I have my Collaboration Revolution palettes here. And then I do just have my James Charles palette, which I do just want to show you because this took me like an hour and a half or 2 hours to do. So I cut out all of the names and sellotaped them to the palette because I hated that big massive sheet and I wanted the shade names on the palette, so I did that. That took me about 2 hours, so I just wanted you to appreciate that for a second. So I'm keeping that on top because, to be honest, I use that quite a lot in my eye looks for my Instagram. It's huge and it's just easy to slip on the top. I've also, sorry, I completely forgot to include it. I've literally just filmed with this palette, the Maxi Reloaded in Big Big Love. You're not going to be watching this video for another couple of weeks, probably while I'm on holiday, but I'm not entirely sure. But obviously, I'm keeping that, so Just gonna make a home in there for now. So guys, these are all of the palettes I am getting rid of because I don't use them and they're just a waste of space in my collection. I know it's not a lot because I don't have tons and tons of palettes, but these are the ones that I could and are able to get rid of because I do want to hold on to a lot of them because I spent my money on them. I don't get sent them or anything. So I'm keeping the majority, but I did get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got rid of 9. That's pretty good. Oh, my foot. I got rid of 9, which is quite good to be honest. So guys, that was my eyeshadow palette decluttering. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.